Hello, Cindy. Hi.
Hi, how are ya?
Good, good, thanks. I feel so much better now. I think I told you my hot water heater broke, so I had to wait all day till they fixed
Yes.
it so I could, wash my hair and get ready and all that. Oh my goodness. So I feel good right now.
Good, 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 good.
Yeah. So, so how was your party with your sister-in-law?
Oh, good. You might hear some background noise. They're still going on downstairs. My husband and my younger daughter are down there still on with the call, but it was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Loved it.
Isn't that awesome? Like, who would have thought that these Zoom calls, for celebrations would work so well? I mean, we're planning something for Easter. I'll tell everybody when they get on as well. We're planning another party for Easter with
Oh, good.
my husband's family. Yeah, we're
Very
all
good.
gonna celebrate Easter. He's calling it an Easter brunch. So
Very
somewhere in
nice.
the afternoon, I guess.
Yep, my older daughter and I are just made plans for if we're not able to get together for Mother's Day, we're going to do a simultaneous activity together through Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So I see someone just got on here. Linda. Hi.
Linda's on there.
Yeah. Hi, Linda. Welcome.
Hi, Linda.
Good to see you. Hope you had a good week. I know. I mean, we're all trying to make the best of what we can, right, throughout the week. There's just been, I mean, so much going on in the news and everything else. So it's any rays of sunshine we can find is good. So much going on. Oh, I see Dora. Hi, Dora.
Hi there.
Welcome.
Yeah, the week has been interesting. I try and stay away from too many headlines.
Yeah. So Linda's saying, not sure if you can hear me. No, we can't hear you because, yeah, can you explain that, Cindy?
For Facebook Lives, it's only the two of us that can be heard. But Linda, type in any questions or any comments that you have. We certainly can read them, and we will certainly acknowledge as many as we can. But definitely be part of the conversation because that's what we love. That's what adds to this.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I thought, Cindy and I are just going to chat for a little bit until more people get on. And we'll give it just maybe a couple more minutes and then we can get started, right?
Sure.
Maybe there are others who've, I see Carol. Hi,
Carol's
Carol.
on. Hi, Carol.
Good to see
And
you.
there's
Welcome.
others that are on that are not commenting, so we can go with that as well.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, so you know what? I keep having like a frog in my throat. I need to drink water. I'm not sick, guys. Don't worry. I've just been talking all day. I've had patient calls all day. I've been talking and talking, so my voice is a little hoarse. So don't worry about me.
Kimberly's on. Ellen's on.
Yeah, hi Ellen. Hi Kimberly. Welcome, guys. Okay, so we're going to start with our a little centering, grounding exercise because I know you guys have been doing all kinds of things, in your daily life, and I want everybody to just be together and be present here right now while we spend the next hour together. I have some interesting things I want to share with you as well, and I want to hear from every one of you. I want to know who you're doing, how your family's doing, etc. So let's do our grounding exercise, and we are going to be really sending out our love and our support to those who have been afflicted by the coronavirus, as well as those who have unfortunately, lost family members and friends, and it's just been a huge human tragedy, as we all know. So in this grounding exercise, we're going to be, I want every one of us to hold hands and send out love and support and good wishes and blessings and, everything good to go to people who are really, really suffering. And it could be some of you on the call itself, God forbid, or people that you know and people outside that we hear about, on the news globally. It's not just in our country, as we know. It's a pandemic. It's affecting millions of people around the world. So a lot of suffering, and it just breaks my heart, as I know it breaks everybody else's. So when we do the grounding, please hold those intentions. And I'm going to talk you through that. So let's close our eyes. Please close your eyes and just take a deep breath, please. Breathe in. And slowly breathe out. Breathe in again. And slowly breathe out. One more time, breathe in. And slowly breathe out. And now visualize a cord that connects you from the top of your head right up to your higher power or God or the universe. And visualize that there is a column of light coming down along that cord and coming straight down into your core, right through your body, along your spine. And this column of light is now going down into the ground, just grounding you and holding you here, centered and present. Now visualize that as you sit here, you're going to feel this golden light just expanding as you breathe, nice and easy, expanding out into every cell of your body. And as you breathe in this golden light, this healing light, this light of energy and love, imagine that when you breathe out, let go all the stress, all the anxiety, all the fear that you've been carrying around. And as you keep breathing in and out, just feel that light going from the top of your head into every cell in your body, every part of your body, and finally feeling yourself vibrating with the energy of this light. Now I'd like you to breathe in again, please. Breathe in. And slowly exhale, breathe out. And as you breathe out, visualize that you're sending love to everybody on this call. And visualize that we're holding hands virtually with everyone on this call, also with those people who are going to be listening to this recording. And also hold hands with your family members, with your neighbors, with people in your community, your friends, people in your town, people in your city, people in your state, in our country, and also around the world globally. So let's all hold hands and create this circle of love and support. And hold the intention that we're sending out this love, this support, this healing energy. We're holding that and sending it out to all the people in this world who are suffering, who have been touched in a terrible way by the coronavirus, either that they have it themselves or they've lost family members or friends or people that they love to this awful illness. So just hold them and let's create this energy around us and around them and hold space for everybody. Now let's take one more deep breath and slowly come back to this room, feeling alert, but centered and grounded. Breathe in and just breathe out. Okay, so here we are. Welcome everybody, every one of you who has joined us. I see a couple more people on the call, Mary and Charmaine, my sister-in-law. Hi everyone, welcome. So let me tell you who's on the call with us here. This is my assistant, Cindy. And for those of you, hi, Cindy. We've been chatting before you guys came on. So. And I want to also give a shout out to my husband, Colin. He's on the call. He's sort of producing this whole event tonight because I am so tech challenged. So, and Cindy can't be here to help me because of the social distancing. So, of course, Colin's always been here managing all of that. So, thank you, Colin. And also, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Aarti Rao. I'm a cardiac psychologist. I'm a coach, author, and speaker. And what I'm doing here on Wednesday nights is just a little something that I'm doing to give back to the community and to people around the globe. We've had people from different countries on this call as well. So welcome, everyone. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me and giving me this opportunity to just give back and to touch, and if I can help you even this one single little bit, I'm very grateful for that. So thank you, everyone, for taking time out and being here. So let me ask people, today we are going to be really talking about, not that it's like a theme, but I guess in a way it is. I'm going to be asking you and talking about the inner child. We all have that inner child, that little girl or that little boy within us that is, who is scared to death and who is just like so anxious, maybe so fearful, besides themselves. So I'd like you to write in the chat box. I want you to, first of all, imagine what does the inner child look like? And I can tell you what my inner child looks like. She's this little girl. She is about 3 years old. She was chubby little thing. And with this, this little bowl, what do they call that? Like a soup bowl haircut,
Yeah, the bowl.
Soup bowl is called. Had a little fringe. And this tiny girl is what I picture, and my little girl is scared to death. She is. She's very scared and very anxious from time to time. And then she also plays and she knows to have fun. But, so we're going to be really tapping into our that inner child that is having all kinds of feelings. So my inner child is also feeling very, not just scared, but very sad. Like when I watch the news or I hear of people's sufferings, it just does something to me. And my inner child just feels so like, just sort of I don't know, crushed. I don't know why that word comes up for me, but just sort of small and crushed and scared and sad for others. So anyway, enough of what my inner child looks like. I want to hear from all of you. So please write in the chat box, what does she maybe look like? What is she feeling, most importantly, more than what she looks like? What is she feeling? So if you could please write. And Cindy, feel free to jump in and, share what your inner child is feeling right now. And
my inner child wants something to cling on to. It wants the reassurance that everything's going to be okay. It just wants to wrap herself around something that is stable and won't go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Mary says her child wants her parents to make everything better. Mary, I said that earlier to you, didn't I, Dr. Rao?
Oh, yes.
Earlier.
Yes.
Yep. Linda is feeling very scared. Charmaine is helpless. Linda is afraid to go out. All these are what I'm hearing from a lot of different people.
Yeah. And, and these feelings just come up and we feel so helpless. Like, what do you do with it, right? What do you do with these feelings? And these emotions come up from that little girl part of us because our adult, there's a dichotomy, right? The adult is trying to be the adult. Why? Because a number of us have kids of our own.
Yeah.
We feel we have to be brave and we have to be strong and we have to put on that front of, oh, it's all going to be okay, And then at night, the fears come out. Like 2 nights ago, I was just so sad and I reached out to my husband and I said, I'm really scared. And then I realized it was the child in me that came out and wanted to cry. And it was just like out of the blue, and here was my adult all day counseling people and, telling people, oh, it's going to be okay, everything's fine. And then my own child who I had kind of, kept aside, sort of emerged in the night out of the blue, and my husband had to, comfort me. So comfort that child within me.
Yeah, Kimberly's inner child is a 5-year-old little girl missing her daddy who just passed away. We get it.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Kimberly.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for your loss. My heart goes out to you and your family. And our sincere condolences to you. I'm sure the rest of the group joins me in extending that to you. Stay safe and well, and hang in there.
Carol's inner child is confused but not too upset, but her adult is scared to death. I get it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Her inner child, I can't see it. I need my better glasses. Is worried about love and security right now in our home. She is safe and secure. Her adult is scared to death. Yeah.
Actually, Carol, I'm going to tell you, the part of you that's feeling scared to death is your inner child. The emotional part of us that comes out, the vulnerable part of us, that scared part of us, that is the child part. Whereas the adult is trying to hold it all together and tries to take care of the family. And, we try to say, oh, we're going to do this or that to kind of keep ourselves busy, and we have to go food shopping if that's the thing, or we have to cook, or we have to take care of our families, or we have to work. A number of us who are working from home, as I am, and as many of you are. So that's the adult part, the rational part that says, this too shall pass, and everything's going to be, ultimately okay. But it's that child that wants that security, and it's that child that wants, is feeling so weak and vulnerable because she or he is so small, like little in terms of where we are as adults. So, and it's okay to admit that, for all of us. We don't have to be brave and courageous all the time, that feels like a burden. I know for me as a therapist, that can be a burdensome sometimes if I feel I have to be strong for everyone. So I'm not strong for everyone. That's why I'm letting you all know how I feel. I'm not going to come here and present that, I'm all well, sort of, I'm okay. There are times I'm okay for the most part, and then there are times I'm not, so we have to acknowledge that vulnerability in each of us.
Yep, Dora says it's surreal. Yep, Mary agrees.
Yeah.
It is surreal. It is surreal. And I too go back and forth between inner child and strong adult because, I have an essential worker who, when she needs my support, I automatically go into, how can I help you mode?
Yeah.
So what we do for our children, can overrun too.
So now the other thing is, Cindy, I'm going to have you lead that part of it, is that, the inner child, yes, she has all these feelings, and we're going to, address that, and we're going to give her what she needs in a wonderful guided imagery that I'm going to be doing in another 10 minutes or so. So please stay to the end, because I have another something around at 9:00 sharp that we're going to be doing together.
My alarms will be going off.
Yeah, and that's going to be fun in the sense of, to me, it's profound and inspirational, but I think it's also interesting. I don't know if I would use the word fun, but interesting, and I'd like to share that with everyone. And we're going to do something at 9:00 sharp. But before that, I'm also going to do a guided imagery to really acknowledge your inner child's feelings and to nurture that inner child, which will make you feel a lot better. I see somebody else. Oh yeah, Linda wrote, I think, afraid to go out. I think did we miss that earlier? Yeah, afraid to go out. Okay. Yeah. So now the inner child needs nurturance of different kinds, right? She also wants to do some good things, and she wants to feel proud of herself, and she wants to have fun, and she wants to be positive, because you can't stay in these negative feelings all day long. So she needs to feel that as well. So, Cindy, you want to lead that about the positive experiences that you were going to tell us about?
So on our private group called Seeking Happiness with Dr. Arthi Rao, I did start a thread about positive stories and what's going on in the world. I was trying to look it up, and there was a great grandmother who met her great granddaughter namesake through a car window. There was somebody who, and this is a lot of positive stuff that is coming out of this. There's I've heard of drive-by birthday parties where, you know, people are honking. My sister-in-law's birthday is today, actually, and she posted a picture. She lives in an apartment complex, and a bunch of her neighbors, all 6 feet apart with masks on, one rang her bell, and they all sang to her.
Oh,
Things
that's
like that.
awesome.
My daughter, who's the essential worker, someone bought gift cards and handed them out to some of the cashiers at the grocery store that she works at, and she was a recipient of one, and that just lifted her spirit. So there, you know, we started a thread where we're trying to, well, we can't avoid all the negative news. The positive is harder to find. So we'd love people, if they're in that group or if they're not in that group, to join that group, add stories. My older daughter, who is an at-risk girl, she's been making masks for the local hospitals. So, you know, things can be like Oprah, who just, you know, donated $10 million. Things can be grand, or things can be small. And the smaller ones are the ones that seem to be impacting my inner child more, because they feel closer to home and they feel like they are kind of reassuring my inner child, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we did start that thread for some of the more positive stories that are coming out of here. We had a local person do a food drive for the local pantry. We have, you know, I'm a Girl Scout leader. People have donated Girl Scout cookies to the hospitals, things like that. The local police department is even running contests for kids, things like that. So there's a lot of positive reassurances, but you have to look for them.
So I invite people to please write in the chat box if you have any positive stories like that, or if you have an intention. So I would like to share my intention for this weekend. So one of the things I am doing is exactly what I'm doing right now. And today I reached out to one of the chief doctors at St. Mary Hospital, St. Mary Medical Center, and I've offered to do a Zoom group just for people on the front lines, the healthcare workers, you know, who are really, really stressed out. And Abington Hospital, I've also reached out to them and they're interested. So I'm hoping to do a Zoom call to lend some of my support, or lend support, you know, so that to each other, people can lend support to each other. So that's another contribution that, you know, I'll be making. And one other thing I was thinking of doing was also putting up signs either on my lawn, as Cindy mentioned, or like on the garbage cans, you know, to just thank the people who take our trash away. And also on the mailboxes, you can put a big thank you note on your mailbox to say thank you to these mail carriers, and also write their mail carriers, newspaper delivery people. We can't forget these people who day in and day out are putting their lives on the line and going out there, you know, just to serve us in every different, in every way possible. So these are some little things that we can do to say thank you and, you know, to people. So that's just, you know, my intention. So please write down if you, you know, if you have an intention, or if you've heard of some things that have been done, like Cindy said. And if you can't think of something here right away, please, you know, join our group. It's a free group, Seeking Happiness. And in that, Cindy has started that thread, so you could add, you know, to it. And that's what our inner child wants also, to feel that sense of satisfaction, because when we help others, we can feel that sense of gratitude, and also it helps us to get some control back in this situation. I know for myself, I feel that gratitude that all of you have given me this opportunity to speak to you. And also I feel a little bit of control that at least for this 1 hour, we can be positive and be with people and talk to people, and I can share my gifts, whatever I have, with all of you. So we can get gratitude and just appreciation when we do things for other people. So, I really, invite everybody to think of something, and it never has to be about money. It's not that, like you said, Cindy, that was a good point, that Oprah, which is wonderful, she has the money and she can give $10 million, but not every one of us can do that. So, but we can help in so many ways, even if it's making a meal for an elderly neighbor that is stuck at home, or or something like that. So yeah, so please write in the chat and comment on what you think, about some of these things that we can do. So anything else about, can people come up with anything else about the inner child that might be helpful? Anything else that, what else we could talk about is also that the inner child needs to have some fun. This can't be all doom and gloom the whole time. So does anybody have any ideas to give the inner child a sense of some fun? And a lot of my patients and other people I've spoken to have come up with ideas, and I think, Cindy, you just mentioned one, of course, which is celebrating people's birthdays virtually. Or now, Easter's coming up, and I think, is Passover?
Passover is, I think now starts either tonight or tomorrow.
Tonight, right? It starts and goes on. So I'm sure people are having celebrations, virtual celebrations about that. So, you can have some sort of sense of community that way. One of my patients told me about the fact that she ordered jigsaw puzzles so that the family can have, play and have jigsaw puzzles, games. You can play games. So here are some ideas, that people can do, again, for that inner child who's wanting to have some fun because she can't go out and play with her playmates. Or my husband just reminded me, he says, there are men on this call too. So I apologize to all the men out there, including him. He's been trying to get my attention to say he or she, don't just say she. Sorry, Colin, I will say he. Okay, so so all of us, like the inner child in a man or a woman, needs to have some outlets, to have some fun, and to have some of that lighter moments,
Mm-hmm. Carol clarified for us, Passover started tonight at dusk. Thank you, Carol.
Yeah, thank you, Carol.
One of the things I've suggested to my older daughter, just because she loves to do it, is have a spontaneous dance party.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. We did it last summer at the shore, and I was talking to my younger daughter who lives with us still. I'm like, we need to do that. We need to crank the tunes and just dance, because music is such an uplifting thing.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Somebody just told me today, in fact, somebody I was talking to said to me that, he and his wife listen to music and dance at home. And he says he loves it. It just seems to be so relaxing and so great. So, I think dancing is a lot of fun. And some of these, I was looking at some of these community townships, I should say, township community centers are also doing, our community center is doing Zumba classes online. And I thought, how terrific, just for free. I mean, she's doing this wonderful Zumba classes on YouTube. So, and I love Zumba. So, that these are some fun things that, we can also do. So please write in if you have any ideas to.
Yeah, Linda's been watching Disney Plus with her son.
Oh, great.
No, I want Disney Plus.
Yeah, I love Disney movies. They're so uplifting, aren't they? I mean, it's just wonderful. Yeah. So there's lots of ideas for having fun, and so it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. So just think about it. You want, I want to add this one other. Oh, here's somebody who says, Michelle. What does Michelle say? Oh yeah, she says she takes family walks together on cards. Fantastic. Yeah. So there's so many things that we can do, and if you really look at it, this has been like the silver lining in all of this social distancing and shelter in place, is that we get to stay at home and connect with our loved ones at home. Like, when do we have that opportunity really at this level when nobody can go anywhere? We're like a captive audience. Everybody has to stay home and connect. And I think if we look at it as something positive that comes out of it and work on strengthening those bonds rather than arguing, and because it could go either way, right? When we put people together, you can either ruin relationships because each one's getting on the other person's nerves, or we can use the time to really bond and strengthen relationships. So I think the inner child would really like strengthening the bonds rather than having it be chaotic. It's very scary for the inner child to have all that chaos going on,
They're actually starting to shift the terminology.
Yeah.
Instead of social distancing, they're calling it physical distancing, because they really want people. One of the big things is feeling isolated. So they're encouraging people to actually reach out socially to their friends, whether it's on Zoom or by phone or any of that stuff. So they're starting to actually shift the terminology because they're realizing that social distancing, they don't want people to be socially they still want people to be connected.
Yeah.
So that's been a recent change, this week.
Yeah. No, I think that's such a very, very important point, because social isolation really has been shown in the past to connect to illnesses, chronic illnesses like heart disease and other illnesses. Social isolation is the number one contributor because people get depressed, and we're social beings. We're not meant to live in a bubble by ourselves, and so people who live totally by themselves, we want to reach out to them too, because they can be at risk because they have nobody to talk to. At least if you're homebound with your family, at least you have other people there at home. But think about those family members who are just living by themselves, and they're going to need extra TLC and extra care to prevent that downside of isolation, which is depression, having the blues, not just the coronavirus blues, but just blues in general, and feeling rejected, feeling abandoned, feeling alone. Those are some of the negatives that, is very important to bear in mind and help others through this time, especially if you have friends or family who are alone. So, yeah. Okay, so we've covered a lot of different aspects of the needs of the inner child, I think. And so I think I'm going to start with my the guided imagery. I think that will be a really helpful thing, and then after that we can talk a little bit more if we have some time, and then I'll lead you into telling you about what we're going to be doing at 9 o'clock. And why. I want to give you the why of it, which I think is really very interesting. And then we will end on a nice positive note at 9 o'clock. How does that sound, Cindy?
Sounds great. Yep. I'm excited to hear what you have to say. You gave me the little intro like you just did them, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay. So everybody just find a spot to just, sit down or lie down if that's what you prefer, just somewhere where you can completely chill out and just listen to my voice. I'm going to be leading you through a guided imagery about the inner child to really comfort that inner child and to show that inner child and meet her needs. So if you want to write down some of the needs that she has, you can specifically, or if not, just, I'm just going to pick different things that I think are important, and we will go on a little journey with your inner child. And I think, hopefully that will be calming, and that will be just relaxing as well for you at the end of the night. Okay. So I'd like you to all please close your eyes. And take a deep breath, please. And exhale. Take another deep breath. And exhale. One more deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Visualize a wave of relaxation that is starting from the top of your head and moving slowly down towards your feet. Visualize this wave of relaxation taking away with it all the stress, anxiety, tension, fear, or any other negative emotions that you might be having. So let's start from the top of your head. The wave is coming down over your forehead, your eyes, your cheeks, your ears. And just if there's any pockets of tension there, let it go and let the wave take it along with it. Visualize the wave moving down over your nose, your mouth, your jaw. And again, if there's any pockets of tension, let the wave take it away. Visualize the wave moving down over your neck, front and back, over your shoulders, your chest, your upper back. And again, if there are pockets of tension, let those be taken away by this wave of relaxation. And just feel all the tension draining away from these parts. Continue to visualize this wave going down your arms, over your arms, your hands, your fingertips, and just taking with it all the tension, all the discomfort that you may be having. Visualize this wave going down over your stomach and your lower back. And again, carrying away any tension, any discomfort, any aches or pains that you may be having. Visualize this wave going down over your thighs, over your calf muscles, and your feet, and out through your toes and out into the ground, taking with it all the stressors and all the tension that you may have been carrying around. And now I'd like you to take the hand of your inner child. Invite your inner child to go with you to this very safe place where she can feel or he can feel totally safe and loved and cared for, where nothing can touch him or her, where the coronavirus just does not exist. That place where your inner child can feel that sense of peace and calm and fun and enjoyment. So hold your inner child's hand and tell the child you're going to go on a journey and you're going to take her to this beautiful place. And I'm going to count from 10 to 1. And when I get to 1, you and your inner child will find yourselves in this beautiful place, your very own safe place. Now, this could be perhaps a beach, perhaps it's the ocean, perhaps it's up in the mountains, perhaps it's just your backyard, perhaps it's your bedroom, perhaps it's some exotic place in the world that you had traveled to. It doesn't really matter. It just matters that it's a safe, wonderful place. 10, you're becoming more and more relaxed. And you're going, visualize walking down the stairway, which has 10 steps. And when you get down to the bottom, you will find yourself in your safe place. 9, going down the stairway. 8, feeling more and more relaxed. more and more calm. 7, more and more relaxed. 6, getting more and more relaxed. 5, 4, step down to step 3. Again, feeling so safe and so calm. 2, 1, and here you are in your safe place, holding the hand of your inner child. And now I'd like you to open up your 5 senses to really experience this beautiful place. So open your eyes just in your mind's eye. I don't mean literally, but just in your mind's eye. Just open up your visual sense and look around you in your beautiful, safe sanctuary. And perhaps you're on a beach, and as you look, you can see the blue ocean. And perhaps you can see, if you look up at this beautiful blue sky with white clouds and the sand beneath your feet. And you watch your little inner child squealing in delight and wanting to go into the water and play. This is where she or he can feel safe and can run around and do what they want. So let your child leave and just enjoy themselves while you keep an eye on them. And let the child enjoy. So let the child experience this through his or her eyes. And now also experience this place through your sense of hearing. What do you hear? Ask the child, what do you hear? Maybe if you're on the beach, you can hear the seagulls. Perhaps you can hear the swishing of the waves, the rhythmic waves crashing very gently onto the beach. Maybe if you're in a forest, you can hear the birds. And of course, if you open up your sense of seeing, you can see the trees and the green leaves and the sunlight coming through. Perhaps if you are in a meadow, you can see these beautiful flowers and the fresh grass under your feet. And you can hear the sound of birds or twigs crunching and crackling as you walk, if it is the forest. If you're walking on the beach, perhaps you can feel that, you can feel the sand under your feet. You can feel the water, if you go to the water's edge, the coolness of the water. And now open up your sense of smell and have your inner child tell you what they can smell. And if you're, again, depending where you are, just as you keep breathing nice and easy, take in the smells of your sanctuary, of your safe place. Maybe if you're on the beach, you can smell the water and the sand. If you're in the forest, maybe you can smell the scent of sweet flowers. Maybe if you are in your kitchen and you just baked some cookies, you can smell those cookies. Maybe if you're outside, you can smell flowers. Again, doesn't matter what it is, just open up your sense of smell and see what you can smell. And now open up your sense of taste and see if there's anything that you are tasting. And if there's nothing, that's okay too. But maybe you can, if you're on the beach, you can taste the salty seawater as you're splashing the water around and wading in the water. Maybe a couple drops go into your mouth and you can taste the salt. Maybe if you are somewhere else and you brought some snacks along with you and you're eating those snacks, your inner child is enjoying a picnic and is eating, say, cookies, and you can taste that. So just open up your sense of taste and just bring in these experiences. And last but not least, just experience what it feels like. Experience what it feels like to just feel that on your body. Like if you're on the beach again, maybe you can feel the sunshine and the sunlight hitting your body, and you can feel it on your skin, the warmth of the sun, the coolness of the water. If you're in the forest somewhere, maybe you can feel the gentle touch of leaves as they brush against your arm. So just pay attention to what is, this is called the kinesthetic touch sense, where you just feel the touch. And last but not least, pay attention to what you're feeling emotionally in your special place. And think of something that'll remind you of this place, that makes you feel, perhaps you're feeling happy. Perhaps your inner child is feeling a sense of joy. Perhaps your inner child is feeling a sense of lightness. And turn to your inner child and say to that child, I love you. I hear you. I am here for you. I will take care of you. I will protect you as much as I'm able. Nurture the child. Give your inner child a big hug. And let her know that you are with her. You, the adult part, is always with her, no matter what she's going through. When she's scared, that you're going to hold her close and tell her you love her. When she's sad, you're going to wipe away her tears. When she is anxious, you're going to distract her and or help her to get through that anxiety. You're going to be there for her. And no matter what is going on around her, you can bring her to this place. This is the place where she feels safe, where she feels loved, where she feels that things are going to be okay, that this too shall pass. So tell her to come up with a word that she can think about that will transport her immediately to her safe place, or to his safe place, I should say. So please think about a word, and the word could be just something that reminds you of your safe haven. Whatever the word is, it could be a make-up word, made-up word. It could be a word that just reminds you of the feeling that you have in this place. Or it could be a word that reminds you of just the beauty of this place. It doesn't really matter. But that is the word that I hold the intention that I'm going to be anchoring that word in your brain, so that anytime you use that word and take 3 deep breaths and hold your finger, your forefinger and your thumb, create a circle and say the word, whatever the word is, because that is a cue. We've just anchored it in. That is the cue for your brain to know that anytime you create that circle and touch your thumb to your forefinger and you say that word, your own magic word, it will open up this safe place that you can go to, that your inner child can go to anytime when you're feeling scared, when you're feeling lonely, when you're feeling anxious, when you're feeling upset, when you're feeling not in control. You can just touch your finger to your thumb, say your word, and hold the intention that you want to go to your sanctuary. And you will be transported in your mind right there. And I've just anchored that for you. And now take one last look at the sanctuary and tell your inner child it's time to come back to this room, to our group here. And take 3 deep breaths, please. And exhale, saying goodbye to this place, but knowing that you can come back anytime you want, just by thinking of this word. Take another deep breath, please. And exhale. Another deep breath. Exhale. Now I'm going to count from 1 to 10. And when we get to 10, you will be back here with me in this space. Alert, refreshed, comforted, relaxed, and knowing that you have this word and this sanctuary that you can use the word, your word, to open the doors to the sanctuary and go there whenever you like at your will. 1, 2, 3. You're becoming more and more alert, coming back to this space. 4, 5, 6. Becoming more and more alert and relaxed but alert. 7. Climb up this ladder. 8, 9, and 10. We are all here back together, back in this group together, with and holding on to that comfort that you can escape this and go into your sanctuary and feel that sense of safety whenever you want to. Okay. So yeah, please feel free to write in the chat box what your experience was and where your sanctuary was. Wherever it was is okay. It's your sanctuary. It can be anything you want it to be. And know that just by touching, what I did was anchored it, like I told you. So when you touch your finger of your right hand finger to your thumb, your right hand, and you do that, and you just think about that word, that it'll take you, and the intention, set the intention, and you can go back there anytime you want. So Cindy, I'm going to call on you.
I did not want to come back. I was coming back kicking and screaming. I was, because my place is a real place.
Is it? Okay.
It's a real, and it's very specific. Like, it is the beach, but it's the dunes right as you cross over and you can see. And the excitement of my inner child builds with the excitement of the waves. Not that I, as an adult, go in the waves, because
that's okay. That's okay. It's what the child wants.
Yeah, and so my excitement as you were calling me down the stairs, I was like anticipating it, and I'm trying to, and I was like, field, beach, and then I realized it was like the dunes right as you cross over.
Yeah,
because that's where the major excitement builds for me, and that's where I get the feeling every time we go there for the first time each year. And so that was, and my word ended up being love, which I thought was corny. So I'm like, you better come up with a better word. And I'm like, no, this is what it was.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong, that's no right or wrong. That's why I said
fight it. And I'm like, nope, that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, don't change it, because that your inner child wanted that word. So you want to give her, what she wants, right?
Because love is safe.
Yes.
In my opinion, love is safe.
Yeah.
And so that's, my inner child was wrapped in somebody's arms.
Yeah.
As we're going there. Yeah, Linda's like beautiful blue beach on an island. Yes. And peaceful. Yes, Linda. Yeah, we go to Long Beach Island, Linda. So yep, I'm on an island too.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, and her word was peaceful.
Peaceful.
See, people are picking all different words. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then you were calling me back up the stairs.
I know. I hate to bring myself out too, because I'm sort of taking my own journey. I was on this beach because I was, telling you, and my child was having a ball, just jumping around and playing and all that, and yeah. So I didn't want to come back either. Believe me.
Yeah. Carol's sanctuary is her grandparents' backyard, and her word was comfort.
Oh, beautiful, Carol. Yeah. See, people are coming up with some really, beautiful, images. And that's what's so nice about this exercise, that, it's everybody's place is different. And
Mhm.
sometimes it could be even your bedroom. I've had people say that to me. Like, I used to just only use one imagery way back when I had learned to do this for the first time. And I realized that, the beach may not do it for everybody. So people would say to me, I didn't like that at all. I'm afraid of the water. Why did you say, let's go to the beach? So I never do that anymore. Now I just tell people, visualize whatever it is. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter,
You started with beach, and I'm like, am I picturing beach because she's saying beach? And then I realized I wasn't, because you came up with other ideas.
Yeah, those were just to give people ideas,
Yep.
like if it's the beach, if it's the forest, the mountain, and I couldn't give any more than that, but they could be anything. That's why I said it could be your backyard, it could be your bedroom, it could be any place. It's not about the place, it's about the feeling you get.
Ooh, Mary's around a campfire.
Oh, nice.
Which was peaceful, and her word is campfire. I love a campfire. I love me a good campfire.
Yeah.
Very nice. It is 4 minutes to 9. I don't know how long your introduction is for the 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm going to speak. I'll have to speak really fast, because at 9 o'clock, I'm going to be ringing this bell 9 times. Okay. My little, I'm going to do that 9 times. And why? Because at 9 o'clock, there's something magical about the number 9. And I'm from India, and not that's what this is about, but our prime minister did this very beautiful thing on 4/5. So that was on Sunday, was 4/5, which was, April 5th. So if you add those up, 5 plus 4 is 9. And he told everybody, the entire country, mind you, and I'm so proud. I mean, he's a fantastic prime minister, and he has pulled the whole country together with and with all the shelter in place across the country. And he got everybody in the country to light, like light a little, candle, like a little candle. Oh, you can't see it, but like a little candle. This is my fake candle, but a candle, or your a torch or something. And this was for all the people that for the frontline people who are on the front lines, who are doing so much to keep everybody else safe. So this was a way to say thank you to everybody, like the doctors, the healthcare workers, the nurses, the technicians, the people in grocery stores, like Cindy's daughter, people who have to go to work for us, the mail carrier, the trash, the people who are coming to get your trash, the guy who came today to fix my hot water heater because we didn't have hot water. I mean, I'm sure he would have loved to have just stayed home, but that's his job and business. And of course, he came all prepared, but with his mask and everything else. But still, all these people who are on the front lines, the EMTs and everybody. So we're going to say a huge shout out and a huge thank you and express our gratitude. And I'm going to ring the bell 9 times. And I'm going to read this other quick thing. Do I have time? It's 8:58. Okay.
8:58.
Number 9 in numerology, this was so beautiful. What is the significance of 9? Number 9 is the number of universal love, eternity, faith, universal spiritual laws, the concept of karma, spiritual enlightenment, spiritual awakening, service to humanity, humanitarianism and the humanitarian, light working and light workers, leading by positive example, philanthropy and the philanthropist, and charity. This is the beautiful definition of what number 9 really signifies. And also, this is the mathematical significance, real fast. When you multiply any number by 9 and then add the resulting digits and reduce them to a single digit, it always becomes a 9. For example, 6 times 9 is 54. Reduce it by adding 5 plus 4, like 54. If you add the 2 to a single digit, you add them together, it's 9. 8 by 9 equals 72. You add the 7 plus 2 equals 9. 23 by 9 equals 207. You add 2 plus 0 plus 7 equals 9. So there's nothing coincidental about
telling me it's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, so try it and multiply it, and you'll see that mathematically too, there's something fascinating about the number 9. So here we are at 9 o'clock. Please close your eyes, everybody, and just send that love and everything out to all of these people I mentioned, the frontline workers, and a big thank you. Okay. Just hold. I'd like everybody to hold just 30 seconds of silence for everybody who has, who's doing all this, the frontline people, as well as all those others who are suffering from the coronavirus, and those who have lost members. So everybody who has been touched in a big way by this pandemic, just let's do 1 minute. 1 minute of silence, please. Okay. Okay, everyone. Thank you all so much. I hope you got as much out of the session that I did. I want to thank you all again for being here with me today and for just sharing that love and energy. I can feel that energy from all of you, and for taking the time to be here. So be safe, be well. May your families, your friends, and everyone that you love be safe and well and healthy. And I look forward to being with you all next week, same time, same place. And please let your family members and friends and neighbors and colleagues know about this, and let them join. More the merrier for us. So please pass the word along, pass on the information and the links, just forward the emails that we send you. And just let's share this with as many people as possible, so that we feel that energy and that love and support from each other. I love you all very, very much. Thank you so much. And again, I'll see you next week. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.